Yo, what's happening, people? Welcome to Saeed TV and welcome to another video. You get me, man like Moosa in the building. What are you telling me, bro?
What's going on? What's going on? I'm here. Tell me.
What you say? What you say? Road trip and where's the road trip headed
Road
to?
trip. Road trip. Just got to Brighton real quick. You know what I'm saying?
Big up, man. Big up, man. You know what I'm saying? Love to everybody who's tuning in right now. Make sure you smash a like on the video. Shout out to everybody who's tuning in from Twitch as well. You get me new avenues and whatnot. So big up to everybody who's tuning in right now on Twitch. I will mod you guys. You get me? I need to know what's going on with Twitch. It's a new avenue. So you get me? I'll get the mods in for that one soon. Devon, Diogo, all you, man. You get me? He's not driving. Don't worry, people. He's not driving, man. He's not driving.
I'm not driving, man. I'm not driving.
Yeah, he's not driving. He's not driving. We got a driver there. He's responsible. You know what I mean? That's it, man. You gotta let them know evidence and whatnot. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man. We're gonna touch on United business in a bit, yeah. But man, like City, man. I don't know if you heard right now, GREALISH, man, on his way to City, 5 years. It's like $100 million deal, bro. That is just a madness,
That's
man.
what I'm trying to say. That's mad. I woke up to that and I'm just thinking to myself, as if they didn't have enough midfielders. And I don't think they're finished.
Nah.
I think that's just. I think Harry Kane's still on AWOL. Is he still missing from training?
Nah, apparently he's coming back soon, but you get me. You don't know, innit? Saturday apparently he's going to be going back for training. But yo, it's looking a madness right now, man. You get when you assess it right now, GREALISH to Man City is a techie one because it's like Man United cannot ever kind of like gain one over City. You know what I mean? Last 4 or 5 years, like I feel like City have just been gaining on one on United. Every time we go for a deal, they go one over. If they were to go and get Harry Kane and GREALISH, brother, you know what I'm saying? It's gonna be it's tough, man. This league is tough. You got Chelsea getting Lukaku as well. You know what I mean? Like it's a mad
Imagine
thing,
that though. You see the Lukaku deal? That's the craziest one altogether. Because if you what did you hear him 23 there?
Yeah.
Yeah, the Lukaku deal for me is the craziest one of all because I think about how we treated him at Man United, what he's gone on to do. Won trophies, left us to win trophies, and now we're looking at 100 million plus for Chelsea.
Trust me, man. I don't know, man. I just look at this, this thing now. This league, if you're gonna win it, man, you need the best manager. You know what I mean? You can buy the players in that. You need the best manager now because you know what I mean. I don't know. Apparently, Saul to Liverpool's a done deal. They're close to Renato Sanchez. If they get Saul and Renato Sanchez, brother, this league is mad, bro. You know what I mean? Like it's gonna be a hectic league. Even if you play like people like. We got excited, you know. The thing is, yeah, like I'm excited by Sancho Varane, yeah, but they weren't expected signings, though, innit? Like the Sancho signing was expected. You feel
100%.
me? The Varane signing was a year deal of his contract. We got that done quickly, but the one that we need is that midfielder, and we still ain't got it. We got a super chat here from Zayn Miasi. Oh, big up Zayn Miasi. Goes, I think Villa will finish higher than you. Also, when we sack Arteta, we'll bounce back with a new manager, plus Martinez and Madison incoming. You have no bounce back. You'll be stick with Oli. Yo, man like Zayn Miasi woke up and chose violence, mate. You get me? When you sack Arteta, mate, he's signed a new deal, mate. He's going to sign a new deal, and he's bought in his plays now. He's got Arteta in there. You know, he's living comfortable, but so Arsenal, you get me, like, it's not happening, but the thing for me though, which is funny, is the fact that a lot of people are moving now. You get me, and Man United can't stay still. We can't stay still with this, bro. We can't stay still because.
Yeah, I think the biggest thing that you were saying there is that it shows that it's not enough for a team to win the league on their own. They need a manager who's also going to be top tier, that's going to guide them to that trophy. And that's going to be the difference.
Yeah.
It's got to be the manager. Because obviously, if Man United's first 11 versus any 11 is going to be good enough. The difference is going to be the coaching. What are they doing on that that training field? Why are they being coached? That's
Yeah.
going to be the difference.
Yeah, exactly, man. Exactly. I think that's the key because everyone's gonna have a lot of players, bro. You know what I mean? Everyone's gonna have a good 11 now. You know, you even look at Villa getting Leon Bailey.
Look at that.
You know what I'm
Look at
saying
that.
to you?
This is
Like,
what I'm trying to say.
there's no easy teams now. There's no kind of, you know, where you're thinking, right, you got a 6-pointer there, or you know what I mean, you can go get 3 points here and there. You're probably looking at it. Who came up from the championship? Maybe you'd say Watford, you know what I mean? These kind of teams, they might not be able to kind of
Yeah,
do well
Brentford and
in
all
that.
them teams there.
Yeah, but most of the teams, man, you know what I'm saying? They will be at it, bro. They'll be like, yo, we're ready. You get me? We're ready to compete. I think the league now has a lot of money being put into it now. Teams are buying smarter. Back in the day, you wouldn't ever see Aston Villa go for Leon Bailey, man. Never.
No
You know what I
way.
mean? But they're
Never.
using that money
And we're
wisely.
forgetting the thing. 100%. And we're forgetting the usual suspects again. Leicester are going to be there or thereabouts, what they have been. You know, they're not
Yeah.
trying to go away, so they're going to be there or thereabouts. Then you've got Tottenham with their new manager, who I've always liked at Wolves, and I just feel like his time was coming to an end there, and he just needed something new, a new project to start again. So I think Tottenham are going to be a different outfit this season. Do you know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
And then Arsenal's Arsenal, where they just always make a nuisance with themselves amongst the big
Yeah.
teams. You know what I mean? They make a nuisance by getting points where, you know, you was hoping to get them off them, but they end up winning the game. You know how Arsenal's going to do Arsenal and just make it difficult for those who want to really actually win the league. Then you're going to have Rafael Benitez at Everton, who's going to want to come in there, you know, firing at all cylinders from the beginning. Then you've got us with Varane and, you know, Sancho, and the pressure that's going to be on Oli to actually, you know what, this is full season now, Oli.
Sorry? Yeah, 4th season now. You know what I mean? Yeah. Been in there now.
He has to turn
3.5
up.
years
This
now.
is it for
Yeah.
me. Yeah, this is it for me now. Oli has to perform. He has to turn up this season. And that being said, it's going to be a difficult league that we're dealing with. But like you said, if Liverpool do go and get those two centre midfielders, and they already, most of their players didn't go to the Olympics, they didn't have nothing to do in the summer. You've had Mane and Salah just chilling, training. You've got Van Dijk back, and you know Klopp's on his heavy metal football. Them man's gonna come out 100 miles an hour. They're gonna come out 100 miles an hour.
Yeah, 100%, bro. And whoever doesn't come out, you know what I mean, they're gonna be losing a battle. But you know what I mean, it's mad, bro. Like Man City, I still try to find creative midfielders when they've got Bernardo. You know, they've got what's it called, De Bruyne. You know what I mean? They got Foden. You know what I mean? You would have thought.
This is what I'm saying. This is why we always have arguments about Oli, because Max Fred does not play at City. These two midfielders don't play in these clubs, bro. Yeah. How does Fred and McTominay start with all those midfielders and they're still buying more?
What happens is you always elevate, don't you? Right. That's what top clubs do. You elevate even more, you grow even more. You know what I mean? You kind of build even more. You know what I mean? You don't stand still. And Man United now, they've built on the 1 and 2, but it's like now they're saying that we have to get a couple of outgoings for us to buy players. You know what I mean? So we haven't been able to sell Dan James, you know, these guys, Pereira. You know, we don't know what's going on with Pogba.
Well, like, it's nonsense. For me, we like Ruben Neves, example, around £35 million. We should just go and get that straight away. Again, we can't be playing games. We need to be getting midfielders in. We need to be like, we can't afford to have the luxury of, we're going to sell this, we're going to sell. Who did City sell? Who have they sold?
There you go. Nobody.
They
haven't sold it.
That's it. They're going to slap 100 million on this guy, 100 million on Harry Kane, and that's it. Like, how can you add Harry Kane and Grealish to that thing? Like, what's going on out here? You can't even do that on FIFA.
Yeah, you can't, bro. You can't. You know what I mean? Like, you know what I'm saying? City are moving mad like a top club. Like, they lost the Champions League final and they spent big. That's what the owner said, though. He goes, we don't mess around. We don't stand still. We're going to go again. I think Khaldoon Mubarak, said it. He goes, we don't stand still. We're going to go again. You know what I mean? And we're going to improve in it. You know what I mean? You lose players, but you build it on. And I think that's the way forward now. You know what I mean? Someone asking about Leon Bailey. Leon Bailey's
It
going
has
to be a
to.
good player next season, man. I think he's going to be a
Yeah,
very,
he
very
is.
good player.
He is.
And then
He's
what's going to
definitely
happen
going to be.
is he's going to get bought by a big club again. You know what I mean? It's just one of the things. So, yeah, but they've got a good team, man. They've got, like, you know, Watkins up front. They've got Traore. They've got Myman. They're looking to buy Ward-Prowse in there. They got a decent enough team. They could be easily a top 10, top 8 team, man. You never know, man. You know what I'm saying?
And then
But
talking about going for Abraham at Chelsea.
yeah,
They want to get our defender in and Twanzebe.
Twanzebe, yeah.
Yeah, they're doing stuff. They're definitely. This is what I'm trying to say. So with a good manager and a good system,
Buendia. I forgot about Buendia. Buendia as well. Flipping hell. Forgot about him, you know.
Look at that.
Jeez, fam. This Premier League ain't a joke, you know. This Premier League ain't a joke, man.
We got excited. Too early. We got excited because the reality is that we still need to see Varane turn up against these, these games that we're going to be playing against the Aston Villas and all of that.
Yeah.
And I got faith in him, but sometimes our boy Beckenbauer, he looks at you and says, "Boy, you should have got that. You should have done that."
That's true, that's true.
Because imagine he starts putting the finger at Varane. Imagine they do a mad clumsiness and he points at him and says, "Boy, that was you." We're in trouble.
That's true, you know. You know what it is, yeah? It's mad, you know, how you say that, you know, because there was some times last season where I thought, you know, Maguire let Lindelof. Remember the one against West Brom?
Yeah,
where he let Mama get bullied?
Yeah.
That's true, you know.
Yeah, because he might let Varane get havoc and then say, "Boy, that was on you." And then all of a sudden, it's pressure. You know what I'm trying to say? And we already say, like, Henderson's already injured. So everyone's going to be, the media's going to be on De Gea. Like, David, like, he's under pressure from the beginning. Because if he starts the season, like, the British tabloids, they're just going to be all over him. You know how they are with the Man United players. So they're just going to be talking about Henderson. This is his last chance. David De Gea's got to do it. Anything he does is going to be scrutinized. We have to start this game like this season like a 100-meter marathon. 100-meter sprint. We can't go in there like it's some long marathon. No, we got to be at it from the beginning.
Facts, you know. Devon asking, where do you think Arsenal finished this season? Being realistic, no matter. I would say for me, I reckon
top 8.
I reckon 8. Yeah, top 8 again. In and around there, man. Top 8, maybe challenging for top 6, but it all depends if they buy a midfielder, you know what I mean, or they buy a striker. I think they need a striker. I think Aubameyang is looking a bit sticky.
They are, but I'm looking at 11. Look at, like, if you look at Everton's 11, it's a serious 11, you know, at Everton over there.
I know. Yeah, of course.
They got players. Then you look at Leicester, you look at Tottenham, you look at, you know, Chelsea, then you look at Liverpool, City, United. Where does Arsenal get into that as an 11?
That's true, man. You know what I mean? I think you know what it is for me, though? It's like a combination of everything. It's the fan base. It's the expectation of they think they're a top 4 side when they're not. I'll be real with you. They're not a top 4 team. So they're a top 6 at best. So again, maybe they just have to challenge for that one and then see where they go. But I reckon next season, there's not going to be no excuses for any team, man. It's going to be literally dog eat dog, man. It's going to be, yo, are you, man, ready? Whoever starts quickly, whoever starts fast, is when it comes. And then it's like that race, isn't it? You know what I mean? You know that famous old race. You know them childhood stories, and what was the race called, man? I forgot, man.
The turtle and the hare.
The turtle and the hare, man. It's like the turtle and the hare. The turtle find its way at the end. You know what I mean? Like,
you got to be on it.
Exactly, bro. So none of this freestyle FC. Big up to Viper Ellis,
No,
bro. None of this freestyle FC. You get me? So it's mad, bro.
This season is gonna be it's gonna there's no hiding. There's nowhere to hide. Like, I've even forgot about Leeds with their manager he's on crud. Like, there's nowhere to hide. There's nowhere to hide for Ali. There's nowhere to hide for the boys. There's nowhere to hide for Bruno Fernandes, bro. Like, there's nowhere to hide for anyone.
Yeah, I got a show later on at 6 where we're going to talk about Bruno Fernandes as well, by the way. So make sure you check out for that one. You get me? Make sure you make sure you get the likes up as well, people, man. You get me? Nearly 200 people watching here. Make sure you get them likes. So, you know what I mean? What I was going to say, the outgoings is a bit of a sticky one now. I think Dalot, there's something about today about Dalot. I think Fabrizio Romano tweeted or something like that about they want Man United want about 5-6 million for the season for Dalot. You get me? But the problem is though, you got Thingy injured, innit? You got Telles injured. I think Man United will still take him. I think United might just keep him, as an option.
Yeah. I think they need to keep Dalot, man. I don't think Dalot's the worst on the right. I think if we don't get another right back in, I don't think Dalot's the worst. I don't think he's our problem. We need to look at Pereira, Lingard, Jones.
What about Lingard? I want to keep him there, but everyone's saying sell him.
Yeah, the only reason I sell Lingard is because I think there's one or two players that can do what Lingard does, and I think if you're going to let Velestri and Ahmed stay and actually give them opportunities, then I keep Lingard. And why I say this is that we have to remember that Greenwood actually done good on the right last season. People keep on going on like Greenwood didn't do this last night. Greenwood actually done his bit on the right. So if you sometimes put Sancho on the left, Greenwood on the right, and then you got Cavani or Martial up front, or it keeps on changing, you got a couple players that can really, fill those forward lines. So then you're left with also some of the young bucks that can come in who are excited, like Ahmed and Velestri. So I just feel like, yeah, man, someone like Lingard who needs to start and not really be a bench player, we need to kind of move on and get the money. We're not gonna, and I just feel like if Man City are moving on players like David Silva and all these men and Aguero, we can't be playing games with Lingard and that.
That's true, in a
because
way,
Lingard just not lace Aguero's fruits. Watch what Aguero does this season in La Liga.
Yeah.
You know what I'm trying to say? That man are moving on Aguero, who still had at least another 2 seasons left in the Prem.
Easily. I think a club like United, they've kept Cavani after one decent season. You know what I mean? They've kept Cavani after one decent season. And you know what I mean? And United have a sentiment though. That's the thing though. It runs through the club, innit? There's a sentiment there. There's a feeling of, you know what, we need to offer these guys contract after 4 or 5 months of playing good. You know what I mean? You're looking at when Brandon Williams got a contract. And I don't want to knock people down because at the end of the day, that's the money, innit? You feel me? Everyone deserves to get what they get in life, innit? But my thing was, United kind of reward quickly. You know what I mean? So when someone's on a bit of form, they put them on a big contract 4 or 5 years, and then they left to ruin it in a few years. You know what I mean? 100%. It's like now, a lot of people say to me, Matic is older than that, but then why did we give him the contract then? If he's not even part of a DM, if he can't play that DM role and he can't do anything, why did we give him like a 2-3 year contract and say, yo, this is part of your players? You know, because I was saying it the other day. I was saying it the other day to Luridin, right? When you look at our kind of like our midfield as well, especially our midfield, there's a lot of players you don't really know who's like a first team starter apart from, let's say, Bruno and Pogba. And I wouldn't even add Pogba because Pogba, you never know, he could be leaving. So I can't really add Pogba right now. Obviously still a United player, but there's a possibility he could be leaving. My thing is, right, every single one of them players, right, even if you look at Donny, for example, Donny, you could argue he's a starter in your eyes, but as to what the manager sees, he's not a starter. So you got to look at who is actually a starter or is nailed down a position for Man United. When you look at it, Matic, Pereira, Fred, McTominay, and you got Donny van der Beek. All of them, you could argue, if we had a proper midfield, wouldn't start. You would argue most of them are squad players. You know what I mean?
That's sad. And the reality is that's sad. That's what's happening. But even that, we can go further and say, Rashford, if you had someone as good as him and he was having a bad game, would you keep him on or would you take him off? Like, is he nailed on to say that, 100% Rashford's our left wing? No, because certain people are saying they preferred Pogba on the left last season over Rashford. Then you've got Sancho. If he was to start bad, I agree. I think like Man United doesn't have a nailed on first team. I feel like everybody's still septic to being pulled off or being replaced by somebody else. Because Solskjaer, to be honest, I'll say McTominay and Fred are the real starters because they start every game. If Solskjaer's got his way, these two start. Everyone else, and maybe Maguire and the man there, but everyone else, he hasn't. When he first came in, he was like Rashford's his man. He's playing up top. Martial was on the left. Then Rashford, he realised he's not a real number 9. He put him on the left and then put Martial up front. Martial had a good season. Then we know he had a bad season last year. But then now he's running. Then he got rid of Lukaku, saying he didn't fit it. But then he went and got Cavani in, who they're not the same, but Lukaku's trying to finish his end product similar to a Cavani. Like he's trying to, reach those type of heights, and he's got better. But that's the thing, though. Watch this. Good managers make players better. Like everyone thought Lukaku couldn't get better. He's gone to Inter with Conte. The brother's got better,
and he's coming back now.
and
he's coming back.
And Ollie's a striker and couldn't get with all the attributes Lukaku has. He couldn't make Lukaku better to fit what we needed.
Yeah, and arguably next season, you know what I mean. You're probably gonna think United are gonna go buy a striker. You know what I mean?
This is what I'm saying, because no team with Lukaku tries to buy Haaland or tries to buy Harry Kane. Remember, we got Lukaku for like 60, 70 million. How much was it? Did we pay for Lukaku?
We bought it for 75. I think we sold it for around about the same price, 70 odd million.
That's what I'm saying. And now he's worth 100 plus. So my thing is, we wouldn't even be talking about a striker if we had a manager who could just get the best out of him and then keep him there. And he wasn't even fighting to go. He just wanted to know that he was still loved and still wanted in the team, but he was getting a lot of the blame. I just feel like Ollie, sadly.
How mad is it gonna be, bro? You know, you say that, yeah. How mad is it gonna be now when you think about it, the league now? When if City go get Grealish and Kane, Chelsea go land Lukaku, Liverpool sign a couple of players. Again, yeah. When you look at the squad and you look at the metric, yeah, because we need to get rid of the dead wood because you need differences in there, though. You're gonna need the differences. So if you're gonna say keep Lingard, but then he's not playing, you might as well sell him then and go buy a player 100%. Who can go into that squad. So maybe go and go and buy players that are gonna go in there. Because I personally said if we're gonna lose Paul Pogba, you go buy Jack Grealish because you're replacing like for like quality, aren't you?
And now that's gone. That opportunity that we had to do that with Grealish, all of that is gone.
Yeah,
that's gone.
Exactly.
And that's the reality. And that's the thing is with United as well. We always, we just move slow. Like you said, Sancho was meant to be a signing from last season.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So we can't really get too happy. So if we would have bought Sancho last season, who have we really bought this year? Just Varane.
You know what? It is just Varane. If you realize it is just Varane.
It's just Varane. I remember we done the same thing with Bruno, where we were meant to buy him the season before, then we bought him the next season, and then we got excited again. But this is, why I'm fuming with Man United is that we've said what we've said about Pogba. Pogba's been here 5 years. We haven't won nothing. We haven't won the Premier League. Blah blah blah. But Paul Pogba has won trophies at Man United. When Pogba played well under Jose with a proper manager, whether we like it or not, the brother won trophies. Yeah. Bruno's played the best football he's ever played in his life. What trophies have we won?
Yeah.
Because we have a manager who won't get it over the line in the final for you. He won't get it over the line, bro. You have to think about it. In all reality, the positions we've been in the Europa League, if that was Jose to an extent, we would have been back-to-back Europa League winners or something like that.
Yeah.
He would have beat Seville.
Exactly.
Yeah, he would have beat this. I can't handle it.
It's mad, how. It's mad how you kind of thinks like that, you know what I mean? Because what would have been that kind of feeling of if certain things were let go, because a lot of things have been let slide with Ollie, innit? There's a lot of been sentiment that's been let slide.
Man, the United way, United's back. My thing is this: with everything that Ole Gunnar Solskjaer has done, if Ollie leaves Man United tomorrow and we get a new manager on, has he really brought the club forward? Like, in what way? Like, what have we won? What finish have we done? And if a new manager comes in and says he wants to get rid of at least 4 or 5 of those players, can we blame him? Has Ollie created a team and cemented a team where you look at players and be like, nah. If a new manager came in and said, I'm not having Maguire, I'm not having one Bissaka. I'm not having.
Maybe that's what they don't want, though, the Glazers. Maybe that's what they don't want. They don't want someone coming in and like kind of decimating the squad. You know what I mean? Maybe they don't want. Yeah, maybe they don't want it, and then for them to realize what job they got on their hand, a proper rebuild. Because what we're doing now, we're kind of just scattering around and just buying bits and bobs and then kind of rebuilding like that. Whereas if someone like a new manager came in and properly seen the thing is, we're kind of playing for a feeling of, you know, these guys have got a good chemistry together. But in terms of like footballing ability, have we got the right squad there in terms of how we want our style? And if you buy a player, if you buy a bunch of team like Klopp and Wijnaldum, you know, Salah, Mane, when they buy them players that fit into a system of pressing, aggressive, you know, tenacious, energy, you know, play on the high line, you know what I mean? Like, they do a lot of stuff that you're thinking, wow, that's what you call a Klopp team. And then you got Guardiola team in terms of Rodri, Cancelo, you know, that can play in different positions and drop into that midfield. Then you've got the likes of, you know what I mean, in around, you got so many technical players and they play the way he wants them to play. You know, it's another feeling of, you know what, you can understand it. Whereas Man United is, you almost think to yourself, they've got the best defender, 1v1 defender in the world. Not in the world, but, you know, one of the best in the Premier League. You've got Bruno Fernandes, who gets his numbers, but he's doing his own thing over there. Then you've got Maguire, because we needed a centre-back. Everything for me, when you look at United, it's signings, which are good, but is it to fit a style of play that the manager wants? Or is it just signings to keep the fans like happy that we're buying signings? You get what I'm trying to say to you? We just have the individuals, innit? It's a lot of individuals. 100%. Like the Telles signing, you know, did we need to go buy a backup of his level?
The whole thing with Telles and even Donny van der Beek, what's all that about?
Yeah, because he don't fit the style of what Oli does, because he's not playing them.
Because let me give an example. If you're not going to play these players, look, the money you spent on Pelletri, Telles, and Donny van der Beek, you could have maybe just bought Grealish that season for that.
There you go then. That's what I'm trying to say.
Don't you could have spent those players.
Or DM.
Yeah, or DM. Just go and buy, because look, let me give an example. I'm looking at the Man United signing. Does Sancho get into City and Liverpool starting 11? Does he really? As Man United fans, we want to say, yeah, he didn't even get he couldn't even get in for England.
To be fair, City, they probably need a right winger. I don't think they play with a right winger. They pay thing. But then again, now when you look at their team now, it's one of them. It's difficult. But he would probably get into City. I think. Well,
in front of that, what's his name? That kid from the one that comes off the right for them now.
It'll be that Mahrez.
It's Mahrez sometimes. They play Mahrez out there. Foden plays out there sometimes.
But Mahrez is on a whole new level in his career though. Right now, Mahrez will probably do. It wouldn't surprise me next season if Mahrez does better than Sancho, because Mahrez on a better kind of level.
Sancho might have a higher ceiling, but he's not better than Mahrez right now. Mahrez
that's fair.
You know what I'm saying?
You get me?
Sancho has
They're on a different
ceiling.
level though.
Yeah, but right now, Mahrez knows what he can and can't do. He is comfortable.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Mahrez is moving comfortable. He knows that if I chop this player, this is going top bins all the time.
Yeah.
Like, he's so comfortable in his player football. So I'm looking at.
I think it'll be a big season for Mahrez. You know, I think it'll be another mad season for Mahrez.
This is what I'm trying to say. Then I'm looking at Liverpool. Who've got they got my man they bought from Wolves. They've got Mo Salah. They've got Sadio Mane. They're comfortable. Would they just disrupt that and put Sancho in there?
Yeah, true. But I understand where you're coming from, but I'm just trying to assess the signings. I'm thinking, right, we've got the signings now, but why doesn't a DM make sense to what Man United are trying to do? That's what my thing is. Why doesn't a DM make sense?
My thing is this though. Like, as much as I love what Sancho's doing and all of that, what I'm looking at is this. Sancho might come in and we have to accept that he might not have a better season than Greenwood has had on the right. He might, because Greenwood's put on numbers on the right. People keep on forgetting the last 2 seasons, Greenwood's actually done numbers on the right. So Sancho might come in. We need to give him time. Then on top of that, look at Varane. Does Varane play in front of Van Dijk or Diaz and them man at City? As much as we're happy about it, do City just buy Varane and he starts all of a sudden in front of that? I just feel like City are going to buy players that will definitely start in Man United's first 11, and we bought players that may or may not start in their first 11. They're good players. I'm not saying that. But I just feel like Man United are never. We're not, like I said, we're doing catch up. Every time these lot buy players, every single one of their players.
I know it's catch up players. I understand what you mean.
Yeah,
100%.
We're only buying the Diaz now. We're only buying the Mahrez now. Why we're buying the Mahrez and Diaz now? Them man are going out and getting Harry Kane and flipping Grealish.
Yeah. But for me though,
Liverpool.
it's about how you add on though. That's the thing is though, Man United now need to it's almost like Man United now. We've leveled up now. We needed a centre back. We got the right winger. We needed. They were two positions that everyone thought, right, okay. But the next step though is to kind of like go up. So you've leveled up now. You've cut up to the guy. So imagine in life here, you've cut up to the guy now, but you need to go one better. How do you go one better? Is by going again. Not just assuming you need to take a lot of deadwood out for you to grow. Why do you need to take a lot of deadwood out for you to go on more? This is Man United Football Club.
You know what I realised as well, and this is the reality is this. Man United, if any one of Tuchel, Klopp, Pep, even Benitez to an extent, had the Man United team that they had, they would be expected to win the league without a shot. In every media and every tabloid, they would be expected to win this league, regardless of any other team. The fact that we have Ole Gunnar Solskjaer and we don't have this vibe or this presence around Old Trafford and the club that Ole has to win the league, that's the problem. Because you can't have the team and the squad that Man United or the first 11 that we have now and still be talking about, well, we got to give him time to get it right. He's still built. No, bro. You know
I was speaking to the guy yesterday, in the France League, one journalist, and he was saying, Poch has got to win everything next season now. There's no messing around anymore. This is it now. He had a little bit in bed this season. He's a PSG fan. He's talking about Poch in terms of he's got to win everything now. Champions League, Premier League, all of them. He's like, if he doesn't win all of them or he doesn't win most of them yet, then he's out. He's out the door. The league is a priority every season anyway because PSG should be winning that at least. But he goes, Champions League, expectancy to win. The problem is that Man United is though, is it for Ole expectancy to win? My thing is, I don't think, we need that expectancy. We need that kind of right now. You've got that team. The DM position is a worry, but is it a worry enough to say, right, you have to be challenging until May time? That's my thing. So this league,
people used to say that you can never win a league with someone like Henderson. Klopp came and we showed I want to win the league with Henderson, and he's my captain. Like, we need to do better. You know what I'm trying to say? We need to be able to come in there. And for me, my thing is this. As a fan base, I don't think we should care about any other team or what anyone else is doing. Because even in the times of Alex Ferguson and that, these teams used to level up. I remember Chelsea used to level up when we had Alex and we had to go again. I think it's all about Man United's first 11 and the players that can come off the bench. If we had Klopp or if we had Pep, and I looked at the signings that we brought in, I would be confident that we could win the league. Like, think about it.
Imagine the league of the benches. You reckon this league is about the squad now? I know it's all about squad anyway, but now I think this league now will be about who can make a difference from the bench and who can make a difference.
100%.
Coming off the
showed
team.
that. Man City showed that.
Absolutely.
You need a squad. You need a squad, and you need to be able to rotate. You can't be on this. My man's on all the time. What's his name? And even Chelsea showed that to an extent. You can't be on what Ollie's on, making no subs to the 90th minute. No, you can't be on that. Putting people in it. Just bring it back on for the last 2 minutes, bro.
What do we do with Donny van der Beek? Someone here saying, Carmi Michael says, Ollie doesn't rotate. Look at Donny van der Beek. Where does Donny van der Beek play in this Man United team right now? Like, listen, I don't understand
Everything one thing is this, and I remember mark my words on this. Everything Ruben Neves can do, and everything my man that Liverpool just bought from Atletico, Donny can can do it. I don't know if people understand this or if they watched him at Ajax playing in the sixth, the season we bought him. Everything Ruben can do in terms of getting the ball off the back four or the back two, tackling, spreading the ball, he can do all of that. And I don't remember if you remember that goal when he took it off the back and then he passed it into the centre to, I think, Martial, who passed it on to, who will we play?
The Newcastle goal.
Yeah, he can do it. He can do it. He can tackle. Donny's not afraid to tackle.
You know, he dominated Neves in that last game.
Of course he did.
And Matic was the one that bullied him.
Everything, everything that we want and Neves to do. A Michael Carrick type of player who is not just about tackling, it's about being able to intercept the ball, get the ball and then be comfortable enough to not be like Donny's first touch. Donny likes to look over the shoulder. He likes to drop the shoulder.
The problem is, though, what is the step of Man United? Where are Man United trying to play, though? It's as if we bought a guy who shouldn't be in that class. You know, an outsider. We brought an outsider into a team where they're not really kind of like functioning. It's like almost like you play FIFA and they've got that chemistry. He's like bringing the chemistry down all of a sudden because he don't fit into the system and what they're trying to do. He can't play with McTominay. The only player he can play with, for me, would be a Pogba or Matic. Maybe.
Of course he could.
I would think.
But my thing is this, they get it twisted. People like, my thing is like, it happens all the time at Man United. Donny would leave, go to somewhere like Madrid, play in the six, and everyone will be like, Donny, we should have kept him. Like,
we need a player like Donny. We need a player like Donny.
We need a player like Donny. Yeah, we need a player like Donny in our team. We need that type of player. But when he was there, he was no good. It's the same thing we had with my man, Di Maria. Di Maria had a poor season at Man United, but he had the second highest levels of assists against Ozil when Ozil was on smash them times there. Then he's gone on and he's continued to do what he does. Now, my thing is, it's not always about Man United's way or these players don't fit in or they're foreign players and they're coming with attitude. And, bro, take your time. These men are world-class players. They're not, there's not McTominay and them type of men there. And I feel like we're not giving the players their flowers. Donny van der Beek was sought after by a big club. Barcelona wanted Donny van der Beek. Real Madrid, PSG, Bayern Munich. It wasn't no, you know what I mean? It wasn't no Derby or funny teams that wanted it. He's a baller. Yeah. Every time he's come on and he's had a bit of consistency and they've let him play and he's got into the rhythm of the game, you can see that listen, what do we need in the middle of the park? Someone who can retain possession, get the ball and let man play. But Donny's also there's one thing that people say that Pogba don't have, and I believe Donny's disciplined enough to stay in the sixth role.
I know he is, but again, we have a manager who don't have that tactical now, so you don't have that tactical. That's the problem. All the roads lead down to the manager. Well, Jesse Lingard saying here, West Ham Low was like refresh button. It was always good to hit the round running, and I always fit and ready to play. I played every game, and when you run a games, you get a bit of confidence. West Ham were brilliant to me. The team, the staff, the club, they helped me get to where I am. But it took a lot of hard work from my side as well. So what is? I mean, looking at that, he's trying to say, "Yo, thanks for the memories, West Ham." But I want to chill here. That's what he's saying. You know what I mean?
Yeah, he goes,
the consistency is a definite main thing. When you're playing regular football, you've got to keep that consistent, keep scoring, and try to affect the game in a different way, score or assist. Yeah, man. So he's praising West Ham and say, "Yo, big up to you, man." But listen, I'm not going to stay here, mate. You get me? And I think ultimately every single player that wants to at United wants to be a part of this team that they may win at something. Because you're at Man United, you've got a contract at Manchester United, mate. You've got a contract at here. So why go and play for another team in Granada? And the next thing you know, you can be playing in the second division of the Italian league. Well, that's what Pereira could be in a few years. He could be in that second. So
it's not easy to play for Man United.
You know what I mean?
No. It's very few footballers get to play for Man United. Very few get to play at that level of football. Playing for Man United is definitely something that it's not something that happens very often. And there's a load of footballers. You know what I mean? It's not. So I feel like yes, Jesse would want to stay at Man United, but with a proper manager and a proper coach that rotates players. The problem is at Man United, there's too much pressure on everyone to succeed. You've got one of
Yeah.
the world's best midfielders of his generation. Let's not get it twisted. One of the world's best midfielders, of his generation, won a World Cup, won everything that he could win in football except for the Champions League, and then he comes at Man United, and somehow this privileged fan base believes that he's not good enough for us. Because we had Alex Ferguson all those years. They want to talk about, like, people forget. Like, I don't think people watch football. You can go back here and look at, like, the season when we won the treble and see how many assists and goals people that scored. You'll be surprised.
I know.
You know what I'm saying? Like, these man sometimes, like, Scholes will have a crazy season and he's only banged in 10 goals and about 8 assists.
Yeah, we got Zayn Biassi here. You got Zayn Biassi here. He say if we get bought out by Spotify, Haaland is ours next season. You must be mad, mate. Yeah, that's another one we're talking about. Haaland, very good for letting us remind us there, mate, about because he's coming to United next season, mate. Haaland next season could be a United player, you know, because if you look at it, the only problem is though, if Barcelona come calling, or if you say now Real Madrid come, but if they're going to get Mbappe next season, because my guy, by the way, the French guy said to me, he's a French expert. He works for Get French Football News. Big up to Lee. He goes, Mbappe will be at Real Madrid next season because he'll be going on a free. So then Haaland for 75 million. Man United have almost got themselves in a position where they've got Haaland for 75 million. I mean, imagine because we need a striker, though.
Yeah, I think it depends what Liverpool have to say about that as well. It depends what Liverpool win this league this year. Because if he has a £75 million buyout clause, City won't need him, Chelsea won't need him. But depending on what Liverpool win and do, and what they buy, Liverpool might need him. And if Liverpool come calling after they've won a couple trophies and they still got
Jurgen Klopp. See what Sancho said? He goes something about, I'm sure we'll see each other soon. So I don't know if he's trying to like hint, like, you know, that we might be linking up soon. You get me?
I think there's a big opportunity. But it changes very quick. If you was to say what team is likely to buy him next season with everything going on, I'd say it's Man United. I say if Ollie's not here next season and we don't get off to the start that we want and things ain't looking and there's a lot. If Sancho becomes like the scapegoat for the English media and stuff like that, it just depends the type of vibe because it can be very toxic at Man United, man.
Yeah, it can do, man. That's what I'm saying. It can be. Notorious to go in here saying he didn't come before. Why would he come now? That's true, you know that, man. That's true. You know what I mean? He did reject us before. You know what I mean? But the case is, though, it's as if Man United, what the project is, though. If Man United don't win a league and you lose Paul Pogba and then Bruno starts murmuring around that you don't want to sign a contract and then it's like, United, you know what I mean? They're not winning trophies next season. That's the way it could get a bit sticky because he right now is in a stage of his career where he just needs to play football and just keep scoring goals and let people talk about him. You get me? So that's where I look at it. What's up?
Man United, man, we flopped because the Man United with the Europa League and the FA Cup, with buying Sancho and Varane, it's a different type of optimism that we have going into the season. But the fact that we still have to get over winning the final, we still have to do all of that stuff. It's just like, what's going on? And if Ollie doesn't change his system, we've heard a lot about him playing 4-3-3. He hasn't played it once.
No. I'm there against Everton. I'm there on Saturday against Everton. Shout out to everybody who's sure going there. But I'm going to see it because, you know what I mean? When you go to games here, you can analyze shapes better than when you watch it on the TV. So hopefully I'll see it and I'll see for myself if there's any kind of 4-3-3. You know what I mean?
And that's what I'm saying. And the big guns are kind of back now. Pogba's back in training. Bruno's in training. Donny's there. Martial's back.
You see the video yesterday of the squad, Pogba with the squad. Of him with the squad. I don't know if you've seen it yesterday. I'll show you the video right now. But it looks like there's a bit of a harmony. You know what I mean? Like the players are all there. Like, I think he deleted it, yo.
Yeah, I think.
Why did he delete that still? I got told to delete it, you know. The club told him to delete it.
Now I think Pogba's the superstar in that squad in terms of as much as Bruno's a player,
Pogba's like the David Beckham. He's a superstar. Like Pogba's one of those players where if you play for Man United, your brethren will ring you and say, "Right, how is it like with Pogba?" People want to know how he's like. You know what I mean? He's an international superstar. So, but Pogba's very humble. So when new people come into the team, Sancho and that, Pogba will make you feel at home. Like he's not one of them, them superstars that's not approachable. He's very approachable. Do you know what I'm trying to say? So he's one of those people that he makes he'll make the reserves and the under and like the youth team feel welcomed and to the OGs in the camp. You know what I mean? And that's why no one's ever had a bad word to say about Pogba. I think Pogba is that person. I think is genuine, and I think that at United the harmony is there because when I look at this team, I don't see no divas in there. The only one who might have been on it would have been Cavani because of the age group and not rating the new generation. But even him, he's been good with Greenwood and everyone else and trying to share. And so I think we've got a good squad, but it's not enough. Going on the football pitch and singing Kumbaya, you're not going to win anything. It's not going to get you anything. If you can just come in there, everybody hold your hands together, kids, Kumbaya, my lord. It's not going to get you anything. It's not enough. And sometimes you got to be gritty. You got to shout at each other. You got to be like, nah, bruv, you should have got that. You got to be on it. You got to be angry. You know what I'm trying to say? You got to be.
Jadon Sancho is reporting for Man United training on Friday. Yeah, man, hopefully we get to see him as well. The thing is, though, do you think Man United's the preparation for the season is a bit of a madness? I know everyone's got the same problems on that year, but do you think Man United's pre-season a bit? Because I was talking to Nuruddin on Monday, and I was thinking to myself, yo, man, not a lot of players are really here. We haven't done this 4-3-3 yet. We haven't done you know what I mean? It's a bit of a mismatch, man. A lot of players are not in there. Midfield balance as well. Who do we put in that midfield? There's a lot of questions now. Who's up front? Cavani, is he going to be fit for the season? Martial, big season ahead for him. There's a lot of teams that we don't know what the first team is. Do you trust Oli to... There's a lot of questions,
I think when I look at the teams that's going to be there or thereabouts, and I look at I look at Liverpool. Liverpool are more prepared than us because some of their players didn't go away. I think they're in a better position.
Team, Mane and Salah, this is the first year where they've had no football. Van Dijk is back.
Van Dijk is back.
If they could get Saul and Renato Sanchez, which I think that would be for me as much as going and buying Sancho or Varane, because all they need is a midfielders when you look at it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, of course it is. If they get that, even if they just get Saul on his own, even just Saul will be massive.
Saul, Thiago, and Henderson in there.
This is what I'm trying to say. That's mad. Yeah, you have to remember that. They got Thiago already as well, and he's still got things to prove. So that'll be a massive midfield there. Do you know what I mean? So
this season is going to be a crazy season. And I think I thought I had comfort in this year. This is my theory, yeah? Like, I want Oli out here, but somebody just telling me that somehow Oli will prove everyone wrong, and he'll be like, yo, I was the guy, yeah? But the more and more I unpack it, yeah, the more Man City get Grealish. I think the pressure is even more intensifying, and I don't think you can even do it even more. Like, there's something about me that, because I'm a United fan, I'm thinking, surely this brother, man, he's gonna do something. You get me? He's gonna win something.
We're all hoping because we ain't got really any options. What options do we really have?
You know what I mean? Stuck with him, and that's what I said. We're stuck. We're stuck in a situation, bro, where you're thinking, you know what I mean? Like it's a bit of a sticky one because you're thinking we can maybe somehow compete with the squad, but then you're thinking Man City are adding. Liverpool and Chelsea surely will add before the win. If Chelsea get Lukaku, that's where I'm worried about because I thought, okay, at this one competition in City, that might help out. But if they get Lukaku, his goals guaranteed.
What we forget as well, though, is that last season was Werner and then man's first season in the Prem.
Yeah,
people didn't give them no time. They've had time to adapt. That man's gone away and done bits. They've won. These men are the champions of Europe. These men are going to come out.
Champions of Europe, man.
Champions of Europe, man. These men are coming out as the Champions League winners.
They got beat by Leicester. And I thought Chelsea were finished. I remember them getting beat by Wolves. I'm thinking, laughing at Lampard, and I thought, these men are not serious, man. These men are bought 250 million, and then they finish the season champions of Europe, man.
But this is what I'm trying to say to you. This is what I'm saying to you, Ak, is this. it shows you that Chelsea haven't been close to the title for a bit, but they're champions of Europe. Why can't Man United be champions of Europe, bro?
Well, we can't even win the Europa League, man. We can't even be champions in the Europa.
Why can't we get a manager? Cool. We can't win a 38-game season, but we can go and win a couple knockout games and win the trophy like the Champions League. Why can't we win the Champions League?
All the routes lead to the manager. I'm sorry, but people,
I've
said it here. You know, I've said it here. It's nothing personal with Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, but I've always said it here. The metric is, you can have the best players in the world. And if people have had the best players in the world, if the Galacticos, you know, how many trophies did they end up winning? You know, they didn't win as much as they wanted to, innit? They didn't win the Champions League.
Yeah.
They didn't win the Champions League. The one that everyone thought they would win because they didn't have a balance. You know, I mean, there wasn't a balance there with the manager, the system, whatever. No. And then when you got to look at it, you know, and you look at the manager situation, is you've got to glue them together. Matches where you're thinking, right, Pep Guardiola, you know, you're thinking this moment here, go for it. Or this moment here, you change it around. You know what I mean? Half the season he's playing with Sterling and Mahrez on the bench. All of a sudden, Mahrez plays the next 6 months and he's unbelievable. And you're thinking, how's that happened? Because he's had a balance. He's had that balance of... Go on.
You know what hurts me? Like, I get so excited about Man United's prospects of actually challenging and maybe able to win the league. And then I remember that the reality is, hand on heart, as much as I want us to do all of that, Rafa Benitez is a better manager than Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. That's it.
You wouldn't argue against it. I wouldn't argue against it.
And we wouldn't want Rafa at United, but we would have a better chance of winning the league with Rafa.
It's true.
So that's the reality. So it's like saying, I don't know. It's like saying, I don't know. I don't like the way Harry Kane plays, and I wouldn't want him at United. But if we had him, you know what I mean? We'd have a better chance. It's like if he's better,
that's another player as well. You know, I get what you mean. That's another player now. If Harry Kane goes over to City, that is a possibility. It's a possibility.
Of course.
So it's like almost as if like Man United are thinking about outgoings, but they're not thinking of competing still with the best. Like, I don't think that's going to be enough. It's going to be enough to win a title, but then you got to consider what's on top. And I think, you know, someone says it here now. It's just the individuals rely on saying, not the manager. Yeah, exactly. You know, I mean, we're relying on the individuals. When you don't do that based on the season, a manager has to be done. And, you know, Lukaku to Chelsea, 70% done. I'm fearing the worst because I'm thinking I'm ready for a new season, a new chapter for Varane, Sancho. And I'm thinking, is it enough still? Do you need to add more? McFred in there, into the display start. You know, you're looking at the deficiencies in Wan-Bissaka. Is it enough to win a league? Do you need a right back that's well-rounded? The keeper position, De Gea or Henderson, which one are you choosing? Up front.
Too many questions.
Have we got the striker we need? You know, Martial, I believe in him. But he had a bad season last season. Here's his confident shot. If he doesn't score the first 3 games, the fans are going to be on him. Ollie's going to be under pressure. He puts him on a bench. He puts in Cavani. Cavani plays 4 or 5 games in a row. He might get injured. You know, there's a lot of questions here. And I'm thinking,
too many questions.
Can we get the balance? Can we get the balance right? And it's like, you know, it's, you know, one bit. And then you got the midfield option of Pogba. Is he leaving or going? Make the decision now, United. Say to him, why don't we just give an ultimatum to Pogba and say, you know what, bro? Sign a contract or go.
Yeah, but what good managers do? We have to understand we're in a new era now where players are being outpriced for moves. So you've got 3 or 4 of the world's best players in Mbappe, Paul Pogba. Who else is on there? Who else was on a free? You had Varane, who could have walked for free next season. So you've got a lot of the world's big players now who are going to be outpriced on big moves because you got teams like Aston Villa, or example, who will put you on a mad contract and then no one's going to buy you out. You know what I'm trying to say? So I feel like I think we're coming to an era now where more and more players are going to sign a 5-year deal and they will not sign another one, and they just think to themselves, after 5 years, if I'm playing at the top level, I'll walk into the team that I want to play for, that I want to go to, and I'll sign a big deal.
That's true.
You know what I mean? And I think it's fair on everyone. I think it's fair on Pogba. I think it's fair on Mbappe because they've given their all. So for me, I'm not worried if Pogba stays and leaves next season, because as a club, we should be preparing for the next thing. Camavinga, he can walk on a free. Do you know what I'm saying? We can get
Tuchemeni is a good player. The guy I was talking about yesterday, he was saying if you want to go buy a midfielder, Tuchemeni is a very, very good midfielder.
That's what I'm saying. So it's not the end of the world. We should be able. That's what I'm saying. If we're looking at City and they're letting Silva and Aguero and them man go, Man United should be able to let Paul Pogba go and say, yeah, no, we'd love him to stay. But the only reason Paul Pogba leaves Man United, if Man United is not doing what he believes suits his career, and he wants to go to another team like Real Madrid, he's not going to take a sideways step. So it's for us to keep Paul Pogba.
The thing is, though, bro, that can only work in a team that evolves around a system and evolves around a team that has the same ideology, same philosophy. So City might lose a player like De Bruyne in the future, but they might have one that goes straight in there, Phil Foden, that can take his mantle. They have when you have a philosophy and this style of play, you can easily for us though, we don't know life after Pogba. We're thinking, that's why United fans are sweating, thinking, hold on a minute, you lose Paul Pogba, you've got McTominay, Fred, Donny, who's not really favoured, and I don't think he'll stay for long if he's not really going to be given a chance, especially this season. It's almost as if you're kind of scratching your head thinking, what do you do then? And that's what United fans are worried about, is that, what sort of profile of midfielder does Ole Gunnar Solskjaer see? That's why I always say you get a better manager in, you have a better profile, or a manager like, say, I don't know, you call in Conte, he might go and bring in Barella, and that guy Barella will play in a system where it suits him. Or he might go buy a player of good quality in the Italian league. Like maybe, let's say if Locatelli was still available. Locatelli will come in there and he will play a system. And that's what they will do. Even
my man in the middle of the park at PSG, he's been there for a while now, and he's always been.
But he was like, nah. He said, but he goes unreplaceable. That guy said. He said, no way. Because I said to him, swap deal for Pogba for Verratti. He said, nah, keep Pogba.
That's what I'm saying. But the thing is, Verratti is just like any other person who's been at PSG for a while and would want to go to a bigger team. If someone came to break the bank, or if he didn't sign, or if he was coming to the end of his contract and he didn't sign and he could walk on a free, the thing is, players are running down their contracts to go to other teams on a free. But how many players are doing that to come to United? Players will run down their contract to go to Bayern Munich, to go to Real Madrid, to go to Juventus, to go to Barcelona. But how many players are at a big club thinking, I'm going to run down my contract to go to play for Man United? They're not doing it.
That's true.
And that's the sad thing. That's the problem. But you'll have players who run down their contracts at other clubs who are big clubs to go and play for another big club, but they're not doing it to come to play for us.
Apparently Fabrizio's tweeted something. What's Fabrizio said now? You know what I mean? Let's see what he's saying. Oh, no, he hasn't said anything. Anas, what's he said? He hasn't said anything.
So that's the pressure that we're under right now. We're under different type of pressure to control.
I'm actually feeling, my heart went there because I thought someone else bought a player. That's what these clubs are doing. So, because Man United, I think the transfer window's done now, to be honest with you.
Yeah, if we don't buy another player, we're done. We need to buy a midfielder. For me, I think as much as we might underestimate.
All right, okay.
I think as much as we might underestimate it, I think I'll be happy with a Ruben Neves still, because I know what that boy can do.
Yeah, closing in on Grealish. Negotiation deal set to be completed for Jack Grealish. 100 million. That for me is a bargain. I don't know what you're thinking, guys, but it's an absolute bargain. It's on Instagram. Contract till 2026. Medicals could place this week. Aston Villa got the thingy. Aston Villa though done well. Buendia and thingy for that price. 100 million, and they bought 30 million Buendia. Sorry, 40 million Buendia, 30 million Leon Bailey. I think that's a decent replacement for Grealish.
And some money left over. I think they've done well. And on top of that, I remember when Jack Grealish was in the Championship a couple of years ago, he was going for like 25 million. No, I think Tottenham didn't want to pay it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I think Poch wanted him. For him to go like 3-4 seasons later for 100 million, they've done well. A lot of people, we could have bought him last season for about Remember last season, we thought 75 was too much for him.
Wow. And then you got Fabrizio Romano. Shout out to everybody in the building, by the way. 406 people. You got people watching from Twitch as well. Big up to the Twitch gang as well, you know what I mean? But even the one Lukaku deal, Chelsea are preparing a new bid of 130 million from Chelsea after the first one was turned down. Chelsea are now offering Lukaku a long-term contract for 12 million net per season as salary. So they're thinking even bigger. And then they're thinking now Interboard are waiting for the official proposal from Chelsea to take a decision together with Romelu Lukaku on his future. So they're waiting for Lukaku now to make a decision. He went from untouchable. They won it. Yo, it's so
Inter want that money.
Player. Sorry?
Inter want that money because Inter know
they need it.
They can get that money. They need it, and they'll find two players to. They've got my man still there. Who's the other guy they got there at Inter?
Lautaro Martinez.
Yeah, they got Martin, so they still all right.
Yeah, no, Arsenal. Shame on Arsenal. They're in the mud now because they want Martinez, but they were relying on Lukaku to stay. So now Arsenal have to stick with Aubameyang up front next season.
Aubameyang's done out here.
Aubameyang is done, man. You get me?
He's done out here. Aubameyang needs to get a one level, but he's fighting.
Oh, yeah, I feel sorry for Zayn Yassin, man. Zayn Yassin, bro.
Aubameyang's done out here.
Zayn Yassin must be crying right now, man. It's mad, you know. You know what I mean? How many? So if you were to get two players in now, who would you go and get now? Because I think we need a. Do we need a right back in Trippier? I'm not sure, man. I don't know, man.
I'm not sure about that.
Man. See the DM, bro. That's all we need, man. A DM, man. Flipping out. United just need to get it done. That's the problem.
For the money at United, I'll buy two midfielders.
Exactly.
I'll buy Basuma and Ruben Neves. I'll buy something like that. I'll just shake up the whole league. I'll spend like 80 million on both of them.
Man.
Yeah, shake it up.
Shake it up, bro. And if these men are not on the bench here, let them fight to be on the bench, bro. You feel me?
Yeah,
let them fight, bro, to be on the bench, man. About this. I said it as well. Go get two midfielders, bro. Say, yo, Bundy's
one time.
We're buying two midfielders. And then all these guys that are on the bench, bro, they can play on the bench, man. You get me? Like, what's going on here, man? We've got 3-4 keepers, man. You don't need 3-4
How did we not even get Saul? How are we letting Saul go to Liverpool? How did that happen?
Well, I don't know. That's another one I'm thinking, wow, if that happens, mate, you know what I mean? It's a bit of a... Someone keeps asking me here from Twitch as well. Diogo keeps asking, what's your top 4 prediction? I'm going to do it close to the season, but obviously we'll just do it now for the banter. I'm going to go for Man City to win the league. Clear, man. Clear as daylight, mate. You know what I mean? Like,
I don't know, I don't know about Liverpool, you know. Nah, Liverpool, because this is what happened to last time when everyone out... When people, it's like last year, everyone said Liverpool clearly, City can't do it. I just feel like Klopp's a bad man. Man have to take their time. See, Klopp's hurting, you know. He's just been quiet, but he's hurting. Hey, Klopp is a bad man, bro.
So let me give mine first before I give yours. So mine is Man City to win the league. I'm going to go for second to be Chelsea. Liverpool third. Man United fourth. Statman's already put his here. Yeah, exactly. United third. I don't know, man. I think top 4 again, man. I don't know, man.
I think if Chelsea get Lukaku, I say Chelsea win the league. Chelsea win the league. I think second, there ain't much in it. I think it was going to be... There won't be much in second. It will be between City and Liverpool. There won't be much in it, and United will be fourth. That's how I see it.
Flipping out, man. So then, you know what I mean? It's like almost like we become fourth is a progress, you know what I mean? It's like, but you have to get a trophy then, innit? Surely there will be a trophy. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and I feel like I feel there could be another English Champions League winner.
Look at this here. Sell-on clauses could contribute to United's August kitty, which kitty means money in if you don't know, by the way. It's like almost like leftover money. Arsenal with Lukaku keen to rejoin Chelsea and Zaha open to leaving Palace again. Samuel Lucas, man, you know what I mean? Like, so Man United now are relying on, you know what I mean, a bit of change. Shaka says here, big up Moosa and Klopp comment and not being bad. Listen, that's why I said for me, Liverpool, You know, they'll be in around there. I think Liverpool will have a good season. I really do, especially when the fact they got Van Dijk back and they've got Mane and Salah who've had a fresh season. I think Liverpool will be up there, man. But for me, I can't see City. I can't see City. They never lost a player, and I think they've lost. Okay, they've lost Aguero, but they played the season without striker anyway. So they're not losing.
My thing is, City started very slow last season.
Yeah.
And remember, they were like 15 points behind Man United. Yeah. My thing is this: City, and remember, even though City won the league last year, did they lose as much? How many games? They lost as many games as we did.
I think more than United.
They lost more than United. This is what I'm trying to say. This is what I'm trying to say. So what I'm saying is, if Klopp's got his team on song, don't give Klopp a 10-point head start. That's what I'm saying. Don't be giving Klopp 10 points.
I know.
If his team is playing how they play, and forget last season. You know what I'm saying? If they're playing how we know they can play, and they go 10 points clear, because like people say, you can't win the league.
Wow.
You can't. What's it again? You can't lose the league in August or something like that. Or you can't win the league, but you can lose it.
I'll tell you their league. Their fixtures are Norwich, Burnley. They got Chelsea at home, Leeds United away, Crystal Palace, Brentford, Man City, Watford, and then United. So they've got, you know what I mean? It's
a mixture.
It's difficult. Yeah, it's a mixture. Yeah. It's a mixture.
It's not bad.
I think whoever starts off well wins the league, man. Chelsea's
100%.
first fixtures are, let me check them. Let me check Chelsea's first fixtures are Palace, Arsenal, Liverpool, Aston Villa, Tottenham. Wow.
Yeah.
Chelsea got big fixtures to start off with. Yeah. Let me see Man City fixtures. Let me see. Man City have got Tottenham, Norwich, Arsenal, Leicester away, Southampton at home, Chelsea away, but Liverpool away. Wow,
it's massive.
Yo, United could, if United start off well, we could end up going a bit.
What's our fixtures?
We've got winnable fixtures at start, you know. But the thing is, the Wolves is a difficult away ground. That's a problem. We've got.
Nah, but that's what I'm saying. Wolves is difficult for the idiots, for the idiot coaches, bruv. It's difficult for the idiot coaches. It's not difficult for Pep.
We got Oli as manager, man. I keep forgetting we got Oli as manager.
It's not. You think Pep looks at Wolves and says, that's a difficult one. Pep's like, yeah, come on, that.
I know. It's Oli tax, man. That's the problem, guys. It's Oli tax, man. I have to think about my brother here, man. I have to think about him. Say, yo, listen, bro. Like, you know what I mean? You always got one guy thinking, man, shall we make the left? It's like when you go and play FIFA, yeah, and then you go and what's it called? And you put the level down for someone, innit? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You put the level down to easy mode. When you play with your little brother, you know what? We'll play easy mode. Or you play easy on them. You score outside the box and that. You can't remember the rule of FIFA where you can't score inside the box.
Yeah.
Like, yo, outside the box.
The
That's with Oli, man. I have to score outside the box, man.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? LFC was top of the table, New York until injuries, curtains. Yeah, that's true, Shaka. My United fixtures are Leeds United at home, Southampton away, Wolves away, Newcastle at home, West Ham United, Villa, Everton, Leicester. And then it's crunch time after that. So it's winnable fixtures, but we've got Oli. And the thing is, you know what I mean? No, I'm not saying that, bro. I'm just telling you, get me, like, you play easy mode on your little ones, innit? You get me?
Yeah,
so it's one of them people, man. We're going to have to see, man, but it is what it is. But yeah, man, people, we're going to wrap it up here. 1 hour, 10 minutes. Big up to everybody who tuned in. Make sure people to follow me on Twitch, man. I think I've reached 200 followers on Twitch. Let me check now. Let me see how many followers I got on Twitch. Yeah, past 200. You get me? So big up to everybody. The next aim is 500. Then we go 1,000. Then we try and go be affiliate partner. You get me? The rest is history. You know what I mean? Rants, you get me? Set the wave. So we're going to keep on filming. This show is going to be mainly football related. So we're going to discuss all the teams in it. So every Wednesday, 12 o'clock, we're going to just discuss anything, all football. So all fans are kind of welcome on here. You get me? So shout out to everybody who's tuned in. Moosa, let them know what you're doing this weekend. You know what I mean? This week, You're headed up to Brighton, right? You there, bro? I think it's frozen. Yeah, I think it's frozen. Yeah, big up Statman Bays as well. Make sure you go follow him on Twitch as well. You get me? I don't know why I've gone frozen, but it is what it is. Moosa, you there? Yeah, he's gone. But people, I'm going to end the stream there. I'm going fizzy. You get me? Blur settings and whatnot. So I'm going to put it on there. Like the video. I'm going to be back 6 o'clock, people. Make sure you're there. 6 o'clock. Me, Adam Fahimi, and who else is there? I think, who else is it? Who else is coming as well? I think I got someone else on there as well. Adam Fahimi, and who else is it? There's another person as well. Nah, not Statman. But anyway, you'll find out anyway. Aiden, that's it, Aiden. Yeah, Aiden. Aiden's going to be there, 6 o'clock. We're going to be discussing Bruno Fernandes. You get me? We're going to be discussing Bruno Fernandes player watch. Make sure you're there. I want you all your comments. I want you to be honest about Bruno Fernandes. What kind of midfielder is he? Is he an 8? Is he a 10? You get me? We want all opinions, people. Whether it's good or bad, we're going to assess it. We're going to find out, is he a GA merchant? Is he whatever? You know what I'm saying to you? Let me know what happens. You get me? Statman, if you want to get involved, let me know. Just message me. And then you get me, you can bring your opinions because I know you're a Bruno fan. Even though you get me, I do like Bruno, but I think that some of his play, I think he can be playing better than what he is right now. So people, make sure you tune in. Make sure you like the video on your way out, people. I know the video's a bit blurry, but again, we move. You get me? And also make sure you follow me on Twitch as well, people. But for now, see you later at 6 o'clock, people. Take care.